You know it's real when even Captain America joins in on the fun. You don't have to like the video, you don't have to subscribe, unless you want to do it for Cap, obviously, but check this out, roll it.
Outside of Chicago, they begun training to fight the feds.
What? I gotta get low. Stay sight. No, don't get low, bro. Square triangle combo.
Fascism is great.
Try the square
Which
triangle.
Unfortunately was nothing like how it actually went down.
Oh shit. Oh man. Dog, let's be real, yo. You cannot compete with folks that are military trained on a daily. You cannot compete with them by doing 1 hour of jumping jacks, man. Like...
Where even their bootleg Captain America was quickly Thanos'd.
Oh, there we go. Captain America. Yeah, Cap. You got this, Cap. You got it. Yeah. Square, swing. Oi. Oi. Not Cap. Man.
As nobody wants to...
Man, like, come on, man. What did Cap do, bro? Like, nah, man. Not Captain America, man. Damn, bro.
Up as a revolutionary when the gloves actually come off, as ICE has had to babysit these kids and their unemployed behavior for far too long. Except now they're ramping it up by actually slashing their tires.
So this vehicle is leaving right now without...
Oh, shit.
And now we've got,
bro.
They've just popped a tire. So you can see this. They just slashed this tire right here.
Yeah.
Of this government vehicle.
Yo, this is like literally GTA 6 online happening in broad daylight. Oh my god.
So the feds aren't playing around anymore.
Agents are taking someone into the facility. That is a second protester.
They are plowing through the protesters right here at this vehicle. They've tried.
Okay, I could be wrong, but is this the Mexican flag? Mixed in with the LGBT flag? Is that... yeah, I'm not Mexican, but any Mexican watching, let me know. To me, okay? To me, at the very least, if they'd done that to, like, my country, I would find it disrespectful. Like, don't mix, like, the flags. Like, don't butcher, like, any country's flag like that. But is that Mexican flag mixed in with LGBT? That's crazy, bro.
I
find that disrespectful,
everything
but,
that they
okay.
could as these protesters were trying to block agents.
Ignoring when they play victim.
Damn, like, hey, man. Oh, hey. Bro, not the granny. Yo, granny, you gotta chill too. Damn, man, bro, yo. Just stop pushing the granny like that. Damn, man. This
Notice
is really
how she
America,
was
bro.
obviously blocking the driveway where cars drive, and the crowd just shouts, "Leave her alone," which just lets you know these aren't serious people. Just because they obviously don't have jobs doesn't mean the federal agents don't have stuff to do. But aside from these EBT tribes with nothing better to do, what is really driving this?
Man, this is
well,
what they're
this
doing, man.
individual
Beefing.
getting tossed aside and then coming back for more of the same. Later found that footage and posted, "This is what it looks like when ICE violates our First Amendment rights." Where apparently she's running for Congress, which is scary since she has zero understanding on what the First Amendment is, as your right to free speech doesn't give you the
She running for what?
right to block the streets for several hours after being removed multiple times. Also, you can have a...
Yo, if she wins, this is gonna become legal then. Yeah, you know, this will be, yeah, look at it, we beefing on the streets, you know? You feel what I'm saying? Bro, I cannot compute it, dog. I cannot. Let's go for peace, y'all.
little social media moment for your congressional campaign. But sadly, she wasn't the only smooth-brained politician trying to gain political points. As Julio Rosa shows us, this looks like the neighboring mayor.
Yeah, basically, divide the people and then conquer. Divide the people and then get them votes, yo. That's why no president, no politician ever of any country, because that's the way you get the votes. You don't get the votes by bringing people together. And yeah, everybody realizing this, so everybody's like, okay, you know what, let me cause this, let me cause that, yeah, fight this, fight that, and then get the votes though, because it's easy that way, you know?
Also showing up to stop federal law enforcement, as honestly it's just a game to them. They're not actually stopping ICE from accomplishing anything, where remember, 3 months ago this all started when they raided a...
I think that was really the Mexican flag. Damn, man. So they mixed the LGBT flag with Mexican flag. I mean, you guys can keep two separate flags, but bro, like don't like merge or don't butcher any country's flag like that, bro. Like, damn, man.
single apparel manufacturer, and then LA let the city riot for weeks, all for the Trump administration to successfully send away 1.6 million undocumented individuals to...
Yeah, America calls everybody aliens, bro. That's illegal aliens, man. Illegal aliens have left the US. Nah, man, they got kicked out. So that was August 14, 2025. Dang.
Months later. So you'd think this would be a sign that their efforts are useless, or at the very least, they should pivot into something new that isn't blocking the streets and getting arrested. But no. California's governor just signed a new bill to tell ICE agents they can't wear masks.
I'll be signing a bill, the first in the nation, saying enough.
Okay.
ICE, unmask. What are you afraid of?
Only for the US attorney to reply, "You have no jurisdiction over the feds. This has zero effect on our operations. And when is he going to pass a law banning Antifa from wearing masks while committing crime?"
Now, the reason, they wear masks is because of what's happening right now. We saw what happened to Charlie Kirk as well. And yeah, these people are actually, I'm talking about the ICE agents. They are really on the front lines, kicking illegal immigrants out, right? Illegal people out. And yeah, if they are masked off, then you're gonna be able to find their identities. Then you can target their families, this, that, the other. So that's basically the reason why they wear masks. But yeah, no, it's shit's getting haywire. I cannot believe it that this is happening in America, because we saw what happened in Indonesia. But salute to any Indonesian watching. Salute to the Indonesians out there, bro. They really took the matter in their own hands. I want to get to like Uncle Donnie clip as well in a second. That's wild. But yeah, no, so Indonesian people, they really went for the protest, okay? And then it turned into a riot when the government fought back, and then they fought back. They took the government out because their government, Indonesian government, they really depraved their people, right? Yeah, if you looked into it, you know what happened. And then they fought back. Salute to the Indonesian people out there. They really fought a good war with their government, bruh.
Of course he'll never do that, because at best, Newscomb is just signing useless legislation and recording his podcast, but at worst, just saying the stupidest shit ever.
This is serious. I walked into a restaurant the other day. Entire staff came out, started hugging me and crying. What the hell is that?
I don't think a single person believes that actually happened, but this is the same guy that once said he was at a Target, witnessing shoplifting when the cashiers were complaining about theft and how it's the governor's fault. But then Newscomb said, once they realized he was Governor Numbnuts, they started cheering and asking to take a selfie with him. And the only thing dumber than Newscomb thinking we'd believe any of this fanfiction he's writing about himself is the other politicians that see.
Okay, we're now gonna move on. Shout out to the homie Matt Morris. Okay, we got Captain America 2.0 out here. Let's find out.
Ladies and gentlemen, President Trump has just taken yet another shot at India, choosing to put America first and ultimately shutting down one of the single largest scams in all of U.S. history.
Yo!
Now, as many of you know, the United States...
Real quick though, I almost forgot. I gotta shout out the homie KW 1951! And the homie Tenark for the 20, and the homie KW for the 5. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel the way you do with the super thanks, liking, subscribing, and all that. Appreciate it, gang. Alright, let's get back to the content here, boo-boo. So H1B, not H1V, bro. Whoa, pause. H1B visa application roll.
Has been giving out H1B visas to highly skilled workers from around the world, or at least that's what we've been told. In reality, around 70% of these H-1B visas ended up going to low-skill, low-wage workers, primarily from India, many of which actually lied about their credentials, putting together fake resumes with diplomas from universities that don't actually exist. And of course, many American companies were more than happy to similarly abuse the H-1B visa system because it was a way in which they could import thousands of cheap, low-wage, low-skill workers to replace American workers and ultimately increase their yearly revenue. But so folks, that is what brings us to today's breaking news, because as it would seem, President Trump has just shut all of that down. Take a look.
One of the most abused visa systems in our current immigration system has been the H-1B non-immigrant visa program. This is supposed to allow highly skilled laborers who work in fields that Americans don't work in to come into the United States of America. What this proclamation will do is raise the fee that companies pay to sponsor H-1B applicants to $100,000. This will ensure that the people they're bringing in are actually very highly skilled and that they're not replaceable by American workers.
Yeah, no, that's okay, that's good. Yeah, I feel like that we need that here in Canada as well. You know, that's not racism. That's like, you know, getting the skilled people over here in America or Canada, because what we're now finding is that because everybody's struggling, dude, honestly, like everybody's struggling generally. I mean, the middle class, the lower middle class is struggling, and folks that come from not just India but other countries, what I'm finding out is like a lot of them also do sell their places in their country to come here because of the American dream, Canadian dream don't exist no more, man. American dream is also super hard to get now, right? But yeah, right, so they sell so much of their stuff. They're living like good there, right? But they think that their life can be better, which I mean, okay, yeah, absolutely, everybody deserves to improve their lives. So yeah, they come over here and then they quickly find out that it was a false promise, man. It's super hard. So then they get the jobs, and guess what? They are ready to do anything and for any price. That brings the prices down per hour. Then folks that are, let's just say in America, folks that are here in Canada, they are then struggling to find a good job. And guess what? Folks here, myself included, we're paying crazy taxes. They got us hooked on a subscription service out here, bruh. Quite literally. Think about it for a second. We're paying subscription services out here and we getting jack in return. So fellas, folks here that have been paying taxes for years and years, okay, getting from the back, okay, pause, yeah, we're getting hit from the back here, you know, they're really smacking us down. We're not getting any benefits after that, right? And folks are struggling to find jobs, and the immigrants that are coming over right now, of course, that's not their fault. They are gonna come here and then they're gonna do anything they want because they need to survive. You know, that's how the game works, right? So they're ready to do anything they want, and they are struggling. People that are here are struggling. So, and plus rents are going up, housing market going up, like inflation's on the rise and all that. So this has really messed up the economy here. A lot of people here in Canada are complaining big time, bro. Trump Gold Card is here apparently, so.
Workers. So it'll protect American workers, but ensure that companies have a pathway to hire truly extraordinary people and bring them to the United States.
We need workers. We need workers. We need great workers. And this pretty much ensures that that's what's going to happen. I think, Sean, do you agree with that?
Well, they're $100,000 per year. So the whole idea is no more will these big tech companies or other big companies train foreign workers. They have to pay the government $100,000, then they have to pay the employee. So it's just not economic. If you're going to train somebody, you're going to train one of the recent graduates from one of the great universities across our land. Train Americans, stop bringing in people to take our jobs. That's the policy here, $100,000 a year for H-1B visas, and all of the big companies are on board. We've spoken to them about the gold card.
They love it. They love it. They really love it.
Gold card. Oh,
you hear that? They love it.
Nah, we need that. We need something like that in Canada. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like immigration should not stop. Okay, but there's gotta be a limit to it, you know, because people that are living here are struggling, and people that come over here are also struggling. So like the immigrants that are coming over here, bro, like I'm in Montreal, Canada, bro. I've never seen the homelessness problem this bad, bro. Like even in the building I live in, we had like one fella that would come to sleep every night because he don't have a place. He came here, probably sold stuff in his country, and he was like, okay, I'm gonna live the Canadian dream, and he comes there. Guess what? He's sleeping on the floor, sleeping here and there. And then one day the owner was like, okay, bro, you cannot come here. So I'm seeing that firsthand. It's a huge issue, man. It's a huge problem. And then it creates a problem for people that are living here.
Love it, and they need it, and really, so does our entire country. But so folks, what do you
agree or disagree? You'll put it in the comments.
You say we actually go over some of the brand new key details regarding President Trump's new H-1B visa program. Each new H-1B visa application will now cost a non-refundable $100,000, whereas the application used to cost just $5,000. So Trump...
Hey man, can a brother get 2 pennies then?
Has just increased the price of an H-1B visa application by a factor of 20 times. Then, on top of that, these visas will also cost an additional $100,000 per year, while the H-1B visa salary floor has been raised up from $60,000 up to $150,000. And to top all of that off, all of this applies to both new and pre-existing H-1B visas. And so, folks, to say the least, this is a pretty big deal. But okay,
dang. So the people, the folks that came from on H-1B visa currently that are working on H-1 or have the H-1B visa, yeah, they're gonna struggle bad after this one. Okay, shit. Yeah.
Let's tune back into Howard Lutnick because he actually gave some more information. Take a look.
H-1 visas are sometimes used by people already in the country legally. On other visas or student visas, does this apply to them or to renewals, or does it only apply to people applying for the first time from abroad?
Renewals, first times, the company needs to decide, do they want, is that person valuable enough to have a $100,000 a year payment to the government, or they should head home and they should go hire an American. The whole idea, it's annual.
So it was $5,000, now it's $100K. That's a 20x jump there. Yeah, so many jobs gonna get cut now for the H-1B visa. As simple as that, right? Company is gonna be like, yeah, F all that. Because the entire reason the company wants people from other countries is because they wanna get them working for them for cheap, so more profits. And then people that are, let's just say Americans, people that have been in the country for years and years, paying taxes, crazy taxes and all that, yeah, they don't find the jobs no more, right? They don't find the jobs no more. And now, yeah, so from 5K to 20K, damn, that's a crazy jump.
And it's for total, it can be a total of 6 years. So $100,000 a year, so either the person is very valuable to the company and America, or they're going to depart, and the company's going to hire an American, and that's the point of immigration. Hire Americans and make sure the people coming in are the top people. Stop the nonsense of letting people just come into this country on these visas that were given away for free. President is crystal clear. Valuable people only for America. Stop the nonsense.
And so, folks, as he said, it is time to stop the nonsense. Some of that nonsense really looks like, but first, I do want to say real quick that if you guys enjoy the daily news updates, please consider subscribing to the channel because it really does help a lot. But okay, take a look at this.
What do Americans need to understand about this?
Well, I think you're right to say the H-1B, it's become a total scam. These companies game the system. You know, you have some of these companies that are laying off large numbers of Americans.
Yeah, absolutely. They're finding cheap, they're finding people to work for them for cheap, absolutely. Anybody would do that. That's common sense, though, you know? That's common sense. If I can get something for $1 versus $2, hey, yo, I'm gonna go for $1.
While they're also getting new H-1Bs and renewing H-1Bs. And a lot of times people used to say, well, you know, we're getting the cream of the crop from all around the world. The reality is that's not actually what H-1Bs are. Most of them are from one company or from one country, India. There's a cottage industry about how all that people make money off this system. Yeah. And look at what's happening to young people in this current job market because of artificial intelligence. You are starting to see evidence that they're having a much tougher time because of what's happening with AI. So if that's going to
100%, and AI is on the rise, and it's taking a lot of people's jobs right now, especially like the, you know, the basic level jobs. The ones that can be, you know, passed on the AI to be able to handle, and it's gonna increase over and over. I mean to say, like, people gonna lose their job more and more, and couple that up with H-1B stuff, yeah, it's
continue to produce dislocations. Why would we be importing foreign workers when we have our own people that we need to take care of?
Folks, that is absolutely right. And hey, I don't know about you, but in my personal opinion, it is time that we actually start putting American workers first. But now, let me show you folks just how bad this problem with the H-1B visa has really become. Since 2006, the United States has been accepting 85,000 H-1B visa workers per year, every single year, around 70% of which have always come from India. In fact, right this very moment, there are around 500,000.
I mean, there are way too many people. I believe 1 billion plus India, China, that's like over 2 billion easy, right? Yeah, so man, like, of course, man, of course. But nah, honestly, bro, I think it's a good model for everybody. Because I can speak as a Canadian here living in Canada, bro. Like the taxes here are insane, man. And then, you know, people struggling to find a job. It's holy shit, man.
1,000 Indian H-1B visa workers currently inside of the country. Have you noticed that pretty much every single gas station and hotel across the country is now staffed by Indians? Yeah, that's because of all of the abuse that's been taking place within the H-1B visa system. The reality is, for decades now, the H-1B visa program has functioned as nothing more than a direct fraud pipeline, which has ended up being abused by foreigners from third world countries like India, with fraudulent credentials like fake resumes and diplomas from universities that don't even exist. Pretty much, our immigration system has been completely and totally duped, and American workers have been getting screwed over as a result. But also, something worth noting here real quick is that around 5% of India's total GDP actually comes in the form of what are called remittances. That's money being sent back to India from Indian H-1B workers over here in the United States of America. So what this means is that by
a lot of those fellas come here, work, and then they send the money back to their families as well. So yeah, absolutely, yeah. You know, there's nothing wrong in that. But of course, the topic of discussion is, yeah, put American first. They paying the taxes and they're not able to work. Come on now, right? That's not fair. So yeah.
Signing this executive order, President Trump just bid out a huge chunk of the Indian economy, ultimately keeping all of that money back here in the USA. And by the way, we're talking...
Yeah, Trump's gonna be public enemy #1 in India now, bro. Like, it's kind of... it's over, man. Did you see this video, though? If not, check it out, because the stuff that is going on with the UFOs and the aliens, pretty massive. Check it out, and I'll see you right there.